Welcome back to the vlog. This weekend, I am headed to Boston and New York City for a little work trip. I am photographing a friend's book launch. So if you saw last week's vlog, you saw my friend Holly launch her brand new book. It's amazing. I just started reading it, and we're on tour, and I'm taking photos for the tour, and then I'm gonna bop over to New York City for an overnight and photograph a wedding couple for their engagement session. Come along for the adventure. Ladies, are you ready?
Yes.
What a beautiful day to be leaving the island.
Anything in Boston you've been wanting to do?
Here we come.
Dots Pretzels, Pride in North Dakota.
Wow.
They're the best pretzels ever.
You know who would be very proud? My brother-in-law, who's from Minnesota. They love their dots.
Yeah, it's a caramel waffly cookie. Into it.
All right, Hall, what'd you get?
Munchies. And for you?
Some milk, but you'll see what you can't see anything in this. Good morning. It's Thursday. It's beautiful. We stayed at Holly's family's house on the Cape, and now we are going to drive up to Boston and get this party started. Okay, so we made it to Southie. We are going to Love Child, where the events are going to be tomorrow. We are at Life Alive in Cambridge. Excellent, like, bendy, full situation. We just checked into the hotel. We're staying at the Godfrey in downtown Boston. Here's the thing. Here's why I'm obsessed with this hotel. It has my favorite coffee shop in the world in the lobby, so it's literally perfect. Figured it would be fun and helpful to give you a little bit of context on who Holly is, why I'm here, what we're doing this weekend. So Holly is someone I've known since like 2012. She is a fellow Nantucket creative gal, and I reached out to her on Twitter of all things because I saw that she was like doing some cool things on the internet. She was like one of the few people online at that time on Nantucket, like talking about Nantucket, using social media, and that was like the era of the OG bloggers. So it was really fun to connect with her then, and we've just kind of stayed in touch ever since. And when I moved back home to Nantucket in 2016, we just started to work together on little projects, and then in 2018 I started working kind of as her like go-to photographer. So I've traveled a bunch with her, and then we've just over the years become really good friends. I call her like a friend tour, which is like a friend mentor. So she just launched her book, which is so exciting because it's something she's been writing for years and years and years. She's like a writer first and a writer at heart, so it's been so cool to see like behind the scenes all these years of her putting the work into this book, and then finally getting it live and publishing it and sharing it with the world. So this tour is super exciting and just like a fun celebration, and you know, I'm so excited to see where this book takes her. What's up? We just foraged for our dinners. Oh, look at this light. And now we're walking home. It's like delightful. It's brisk, but not like too cold. Exactly. The legs need some stretching. What'd you get, Sydney?
I don't really know. I walked out and sorted something.
Just started pointing.
Rice, maybe some corn.
Oh, yes. You know what I love from Kava, or honestly any kind of like Mediterranean vibe, is the pickled onions. If I can have the pickled onions. Also, all like the sauces and spreads, like you get a dressing and all the spreads. Good morning, it's Friday. Holly and I just got our hair done. You know, I always go a little more intense than I want because my hair, the curl like never holds. So I feel like, okay, with hair and makeup, in my opinion, I need like at least an hour for it to marinate and look good and like meld with my vibe and oils and such. So very excited. Just like fun to have someone else do your hair. So there's two events today. We're going to do a lunch event and then like an evening event. So we are headed to Southie very shortly. Check for you. This is a little green smock top. I think I got this at Madewell. And then these are my Everlane Way High jeans. And I got my New Balance sneakers. What's up, ladies? We're ready to go to the first event today. We got our blowouts. Sydney's looking fresh. Holly's looking fresh. Looking good.
I did my first one in Nantucket on Sunday, and my dad was there, and like my friend Susie picked the one that I wrote called Fearless. When you read that one, I was like, "Dude, it's short. This is a good one. It's a short one. I can read it to everybody." And it's literally, when you read it, the hardest conversation I've ever had with my dad, and he was sitting right in front of me, and I was like, and I was like, "It's called fucking Fearless, Molly."
Okay, we went back to the hotel just to get changed and relax before the next event. I'm in a new little outfit. I have these new heels that I'm obsessed with. They're from this brand called Margot. They are pretty tall for me, but they have like a nice block heel, so I love that. Also, this is the perfect example. Okay, this is why I got the blowout the way I did, because now, like, for the evening, it's kind of at that perfect length of like full body vibes without being too much and too curly and tight. You know, you can't have it perfect right off the bat, so I choose for like the long game.
So like I come from a family that like loves to like white lie stuff. But we are like the people like, "Hey, I'm in the car." But I'm not. You know? Or like, "Hey, I'm just hopping in the shower." No, you're not. Like all those kind of things, right? So these like, I've really realized from a young age, I got really good at like kind of white lying my way to make people feel like I was better than I was, or more that I could like fit into a certain mold, or that people wouldn't be mad at me, kind of thing. So I would like kind of like make up these like little dumb lies.
We're going to have some margaritas, because you know what? It's all about balance.
Nothing is authentic to Boston like Mexican food, you know? That's where you get the real stuff. So it is Saturday. I am packing up all my stuff, getting ready to go to New York City for, I think, maybe less than 24 hours. About to go do an engagement session with a couple that I'm doing their wedding this year, and they live in the city, and then just staying overnight and then flying home tomorrow. For anyone who knows the island, normally like bigger plane companies will come in, like JetBlue and United and stuff, you know, in the off season, and that's a lie, in the high season, like between like May and October, and they'll have flights from New York to Nantucket, like direct, and it's great. But then during the winter, it's kind of a struggle. You have to do like train, bus, boat. It takes hours and hours, like a full day of travel just to get from New York to Nantucket. However, I found that Cape Air, which is our like little small airline that does like Nantucket to Hyannis, Nantucket to Boston, they have a direct flight from New York to Nantucket, and so I treated myself. It's ridiculously expensive for like the size of the plane it is. It's like one of those little puddle jumpers, but totally worth it because it changes a like 8+ hour travel day into like maybe 2 hours. So I'm stoked. Just got to my hotel in New York, staying at the Maid Hotel. I've stayed here a few times. It's in like Chelsea area, so pretty convenient, and it's like beautiful, and it's always clean, easy, super close to Penn Station, which is great, because then like if I'm going back or forth via train, super convenient. You can just walk, which is awesome. So I thought I would take you on a little tour. I thought I would share what I bring with me when I am shooting as I travel. This is not for weddings. When I'm shooting for a wedding, like a travel wedding, I bring almost everything with me in my gear bag. But if I am doing more of an engagement session or just regular shooting, I will bring my trusty flash, and then I just bring my camera body, unless it's for something like specific where I need different things. But for the most part, it's my camera body, which is an R5. It's a mirrorless camera. If you have not switched to mirrorless yet, highly recommend. Totally worth the hype. I would recommend renting a camera that you think you want to invest in, using it for a week or two and seeing how you feel. That's how I knew that I was ready to switch. Anyways, I bring the Canon R5, and then I have a zoom lens. It's the 28 to 70 2.0, and I know what you're thinking. that's crazy. That sounds too good to be true. And it literally is. It is like the best investment other than the camera itself that I've ever made. It's like basically the cost of a camera. That's how expensive it is. But it's like having 3 primes in one. I am obsessed with this lens. It's incredibly heavy, heavier than the camera itself. It like doubles the weight, but it's the only lens I have to pack with. So if I'm traveling and it's not for something where I need like a specialized lens, I just bring this one, and it is so versatile and I love it. So if you're ever in the market for a new lens, highly recommend. Hopefully they're back in stock, because it took me like months and months and months to find it. And sometimes you can search on like individual like small camera shops websites. Sometimes they'll have it if Canon or B&H Photo doesn't. So that's what I bring with me when I'm shooting. Point of the night when I'm in my comfy clothes, but I haven't washed my face or brushed my teeth. I'm just sitting here. I could absolutely go to bed, but I have to do all that. But I do have my cookie. I have to eat that. I'm not gonna be brushing my teeth before the cookie. You know what? I think vlogging is really gonna work for me. When I travel alone, it can be, you know, a little lonely, but I'm used to it. I have my routines, but it's nice to talk to somebody. So I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming with me on this trip. Look at her. We gotta crack her open too, you gotta see. Right in the crotch. I'm so sorry, that was so lame. Okay, this is better. I just wanted you to see the thickness. That's all. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, so this trip had a major plot twist at the end. I got to the airport today and my flight was supposed to leave at 12. And at first it was delayed. There was something wrong with the plane, so they're sending a new one. And I was going on like one of these really small flights, like the Cessna, like 9-seater from New York to Nantucket. And then they're just like, oh yeah, it's canceled. Bye. Literally did not help us rebook like whatsoever. They gave us a phone number and it didn't even go to the right place. And then they lost our bags for like 5 hours. So I have been in the airport kind of like first crying, if we're being honest, and then just trying to figure out how to get home. So I thought of a lot of different options, like bus, train. None of them would actually get me home at the right time, but then I was like, you know what, I can rent a car. So I'm driving to the Cape tonight and then staying at a family friend's house. So not the way I wanted to end, but it could be worse. It could always be worse. Okay, I made it to the Cape. It was actually like such a easy drive. It was only 4 hours or so. Talked to my sister most of the time, then listened to a podcast. Honestly, as soon as Chris helped me book the rental car while I was trying to find my luggage, and as soon as we made that plan, I felt so like I was at ease. And as soon as I got to the rental car, there's something about taking your destiny back into your own hands after like a larger company kind of screws you over and feeling like that powerless feeling, and then getting like hitting the road, being in a car. I just feel like got my power back in my little way. And again, at the end of the day, I have nothing on the line. I'm not doing anything tomorrow. I'm gonna end the vlog here. Thank you so much for coming to Boston and New York, and it wouldn't be a winter trip if you didn't get stuck, so, or have some kind of travel issue. You know, we left early so we didn't get stuck because of the weather, and then I got stuck an extra day because couldn't get home. And that is the off-season diaries. Okay, I lied. This is the real end of the vlog because I wanted to end on like a happy note. As you can see, I'm back in my bathroom. It's the next day. I got home and I am running myself a bath. And I just, like, oh, the feeling of being able to come home to your own place and have a bath. I am so grateful. Oh, and I bought more bath bombs. Okay. We're gonna do a random pick. The nice thing too is these made my luggage smell so good. Okay, what do we got? Ooh, okay. This one I'm like not so sure about, but I had to buy it because it's like, this is weird. It is the Black Rose. It smells really good. All right, wanna give it a go? Also, I learned in my last video that apparently was not a bath bomb, that was a bubble bar, and I was supposed to break it up in chunks and then like run it through the water, which makes sense because I was like, it's not doing anything, and that was on me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Why is this so fun? Oh my god, look at my bath. Is there a new mysterious color? Why do I? Oh, wait, there's other colors. Wow, where'd you go? Oh, it's stuck under there. Wow. This was quite a surprise. I'll be back next week. We are planning to go off island for the weekend to do some house shopping. We tried to go a few weekends ago, but the wind was too bad and all the boats got canceled, and it's actually kind of looking like that might happen again. So stay tuned. We're either gonna be off island shopping or it'll be another weekend home. So either way, classic off-season diaries because there's never a dull travel moment in the winter.